Hey man, automation is a great tool to add movement and excitement to your mix. Let's check it out in Pro Tools. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Wavy Wayne from Wavy.wav. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you the automation features in Pro Tools. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is automation, Wavy? Well, simply put, automation is the ability to record changes in your mix and have them play back in real time. Pro Tools offers automation for features like volume, panning, send level, send panning, and every parameter inside of a plugin. Let's jump in and check out the automation modes, and I'll also show you which one I like to use the most. So, first thing first, when you are considering using automation in Pro Tools, we want to investigate the automation window. To do this, you just want to go up to the window menu and choose automation. Now, it's super important here because as we're recording our automation, we want to make sure that the parameters that we want to automate are actually enabled, okay? So I'll just walk you through some of the main components of this small automation window. And again, we just open that by going to the window menu and choosing automation. When this window opens up, it's pretty simple. At the top, there's a suspend button. Whenever that suspend button is enabled, then Pro Tools will suspend the reading and writing of all automation. So you can't create any automation, and any existing automation is going to be ignored completely throughout the session globally, okay? We don't want to do that right now, obviously. Hey man, I want to give a big shout out to Mackie for sponsoring this video. They make studio gear that's built like a tank. And right now we have a giveaway going on that you can enter to win some amazing prizes. If it's still going on, you can click the link down in the description below to enter. The write enable enables us to write automation in real time to whatever parameters are enabled here. So like I was saying earlier, we got plugin, volume, pan, mute. Send volume, send pan, and send mute are some of the parameters that you can enable. Now, I personally like to keep all of my parameters here enabled inside of Pro Tools, but if you're gonna do that, you must never use write mode, okay? Let's actually walk through how each one of these automation modes actually works and how you can enable them. So, that's the automation window. Those are the parameters. On the track itself, we see this little automation mode selector. You can access it here from the edit window, or you can also access the automation mode in the auto section in the mix window. All right, we'll just focus on the edit window right now. So let's say I wanted to do some volume automation on this, where I wanted the volume to be maybe low at one point and then high at other points, right? Simple volume ride type of automation. What I would do is, first, let's just go over and change using my track view selector. I'm going to change over to the volume automation lane so we can see our volume automation line here. Next, I'm just going to actually write some automation so you can see how each of the automation modes work. So using your automation mode selector, you can cycle through between off, read, touch, and latch. Now, and also write mode. I'm going to skip this touch latch mode and we'll just focus on off, read, touch, latch, and write mode, okay? So my first demonstration is going to be in write mode, and this is going to be the last time y'all see me use write mode. I don't recommend that you use write mode. In order to use write mode, you will need to go back over to your automation window and deselect every parameter except for that one which you plan on writing automation to currently. The reason is the way that write mode works. When you're in write mode, as soon as I hit play in my session, you don't have to hit record or record enable tracks or anything like that to record your automation or to write your automation. All I have to do is play my session. And since I'm in write mode, as soon as I hit play, automation and the state of the parameters that are enabled, in this case, the volume fader, the state of that volume fader is going to be recorded whether I make changes or not, which will ultimately make it a little bit harder to make changes in the future unless I modify or update that automation or delete it. Let's take a look and see what I mean. So as soon as I hit play, run it up, I'll be waking up for a check. Cut it up. As soon as I hit play, you can see that automation is being written. We can see that by this red line going through. And if I make any adjustments to the volume fader, you can see that we are now writing that automation in, right? And when I stop, we automatically jump out of write mode because, again, if we stayed in write mode, it would start to rewrite over while I played this. So I can just play this now.
You think I'm
and my automation plays back, all right? So that's write mode. After write mode, we actually jumped into latch mode. Latch mode is a little different. Latch mode doesn't start writing the automation until you actually touch and modify the parameter. Now, once you release the parameter, it'll latch on to that last position of wherever that state is until you actually stop the playback. Let's take a look at latch mode. This is a great mode to use if you just want to kind of update certain parts of a performance and leave others alone.
Run it up, I'll be waking up for a check. Cut it up, I'ma bust it down with the set. Can you turn around?
All right, you see how I'm making the change.
Keep a gun around. I don't got no time.
And now it's latched on to my last position, and it's going to continue to write automation until I actually stop. Another dope mode, and probably my favorite automation mode, is going to be touch mode. Touch mode is actually very similar to latch in the way that it starts to record the automation. But the thing about touch mode is that after you release the parameter, if you're not touching or changing that parameter anymore, no automation will be recorded. So this is very key for when you just want to touch up a small section of your audio.
Run it up, I'll be waking up for a check. Cut it up.
As soon as I release, it stops recording, leaves everything else intact. I can come back and touch up another section later. And you can get creative as you want to and use any of these automation modes to get done what you want. This could be automating a delay send. It could be automating the volume of your reverb. It could be automating an ad lib going from left to right. All of that is valid here, okay? The last mode that we'll talk about is read mode. Well, I'll tell you about off mode too. The last mode here, though, the main mode is read mode. Read mode simply reads the existing automation. While you're in read mode, there's no risk of recording over the automation that you've already created, but you can't write any new automation in read mode. It's only reading. That's also the default automation mode. If I turn to off, basically what off mode will do is ignore all of the automation. It doesn't delete or anything. It just temporarily ignores it. It turns it off, bypasses that automation data for this track only, unlike the suspend, which globally suspends all automation in the session. You can do this if you want to hear what the sound is like without whatever automation and experiment with some different changes. Use the off mode on the track to actually switch the automation off periodically, all right? All right, y'all, that is a beginner's look at automating in Pro Tools. I have a full Pro Tools certification course available for you to sign up right now and learn everything that you need to know about recording and mixing inside of this industry standard DAW. I'm Wavy Wayne from Wavy.wav.com. Check out the website. Hit me up if you got any questions. Be dope.